women, the wives of tavern keepers, were very much respected for the advice that they would provide,
Oh, wow.
the making skills they had among
Mhm.
Christians. And often, I found
I wonder how much of that is, alcohol serves as a social lubricant. So people are opening up. Maybe sounds like they're looking for dating or match opportunities.
I'm sure the alcohol plays a role, but really there were these folk sayings: "When in doubt, go to Sarah," and Sarah is the tavern keeper or the Jewish tavern keeper's wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there really was built into this local life this role for the Jewish tavern keeper that was age old. So when they tried to, abolish it, it was very difficult. When the government, from the outsides, they seemed like intrusion. They seemed like intruders on local traditions when they would drive Jews out of the liquor trade. Now, when a Jewish tavern keeper would pass away, his wife knew how to run the tavern still and keep it going. So a lot of widows were female widows were tavern keepers as well. Divorcees were tavern keepers. But the typical sort of heteronormative situation is that the husband and wife would run the tavern together. And during a lot of the time, the husband would sort of run a taxi service with his horse and cart.
Oh, really?
While the wife and daughter would stay behind and serve the customers. And you can imagine how this sometimes be a dangerous situation.
Vulnerability.
But they handled it. These women became very adept at throwing out the drunks and very careful track of their drinking debts. And nobody needs to pay drinking debts. So this also would sometimes involve bringing in police, that with the help of the nobility to collect drinking debts. And again, there's that ambivalence, so the whole system is very tense. It's like together.
So before we get into that, it almost sounds like it fulfills multiple functions or needs. Obviously the need to drink, or I would say the opportunity to drink. But what you were suggesting earlier is it's a site of information, news sharing, ideas sharing, maybe opening up, matchmaking, who knows, maybe other business opportunities. So in addition to this sort of advice dispensing from the tavern keeper's wife, I mean, even just it's a good space all around.
Yeah, I would say everybody looked positively upon the tavern, except of course the clergy, the priests.